I've gone and I've installed these fasteners back on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these get torqued down to 97 inch-pounds. I also replaced the gasket, like I probably already did mention. I put the tubes back on. I actually went back into the video, went backwards and just wanted to make sure the configuration and the holes, but it's kind of hard. I mean, the biggest one goes in the big tube, then the next thin one, and then this guy with the rubber kind of flex tube is on its own, and it'll go back in to its position after. So that's done, and it can be put aside. Make sure try and keep it clean and not dirty. After putting that aside, we're going to check what some people call as the stovepipe, or I think you can call it a reverser band. Not reverser band, but reverser. It's suggested that you get the one, if you don't already have, you have one like this. That has the round circles with the castle top, as they call it. Looks like a castle, and darkened or hardened. If it's dark colored on the top, it means it's hardened. It's a hardened piece of steel. And so yeah, I've already gone ahead and cleaned this one, and I've checked to make sure that there is no broken teeth or anything like that. Everything looks good on this one. So yeah, that's what it looks like. You can see the different color on the top here. It's a darker color. That means it's hardened. You want to make sure you have the round holes, not the square or oval or any other thing like that. It's suggested that you get the one with the round holes. And yeah, that's basically it. Here's the next step. We're going to be inspecting this piece here. It's got all the little gears. I forget what he calls it. It's not it's the planetary. The sun gear basically sits in here, and these are all the little planetary gears that are connected with it. So I've already cleaned this one, but basically I want to check all the teeth around the edge here to make sure that there's no gashes or any broken teeth. You want to make sure that they're all smooth, and it takes a bit of time, you know, but you got to be patient, and you just got to make sure you check each one and go around the whole edge and make sure all the teeth are good there. And then with each of the little planetary gears as well, you want to check all the planetary gears to make sure that they're not pitted or broken or anything like that. You want to make sure they're all smooth, they're all identical, and that sort of thing, and make sure that they all, you know, spin smoothly, you know. So and check that one, and then the same with this one. This actually sits on top, and yeah, so you want to make sure that this one's already clean, so I'm going to put that aside. But there's another one here, and it's the same thing. You can see that this one's slightly discolored. That means this one's been hardened. But obviously, if there's same with the other one as well, if there's any cracks or anything, then you have to replace it. But make sure again you check all the teeth inside here. Make sure that none of the teeth are broken. Make sure that all the little planetary gears excuse me, are good, that they all spin, and then we have to check the tolerances, to check the gaps, and I'll do that in a minute. But I'm just gonna go ahead and clean this one, clean this torrenting bearing here, inspect that, and I'll get back. One of the other things that we have to do here is check the clearance between the planetary and the housing. So I'm gonna do that on all of them here. And basically it's suggested that the tolerance be no greater than 30 thousandths of an inch and no less than 9 thousandths of an inch on all of these, and all of these guys here. So what I did is I went to my local Canadian Tire and I bought one of these little feeler gauges, and mine is actually good from 1/1000th of an inch to 38 thousandths of an inch. So it's actually good for that whole range. So I just have to select the right one. They're all oily, which I was not expecting. So I'm gonna look for the right one. There's my 15 and my 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here's my 9. So I'm gonna try my 9 just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure I've got more than 9. And I definitely have more than 9. Yeah, I'm just kind of, I don't want to bend this, but I'm just kind of lining it up in here to check the tolerance, and it seems to fit very well. I'm going to go up one more just in case. And that fits pretty well too. So I'm just going to go around and check the other ones. And as you can see, they go in, it goes in quite nicely. You just want to have like a little bit of drag. Close this up a little bit. So again, I'm just going to check in between the brass or copper washers and check my play. And they fit real well. Now the problem with my, I'm not really 100% sure what the problem with my transmission was. It was having hard shifting, and when I bought the car it had been already inspected, and the guy said that the transmission needed to be rebuilt. And when I opened it, clearly it did, because it was all black inside. But I'm just rebuilding everything, putting all new parts in it so that it runs smoothly. And you know, maybe have some fun with it, you know. So I'm doing all this. So those all checked out. Oh, and in case, I don't know, maybe if you don't know what 9 thousandths of an inch looks like, that's what 9 thousandths of an inch to 30 thousandths of an inch looks like. Okay. So get yourself a little cheap pair of feeler gauges. They're about 10 bucks, 15 bucks, and make sure you check those out. All right.